Hey everyone, it's your friend here from Ageless Health. Have you ever felt like your body just doesn't bounce back like it used to? Maybe a short walk leaves you more tired than expected, or perhaps you've noticed your balance feels a little off lately, making you hesitant about activities you once enjoyed. If any of that sounds familiar, please know you're not alone. And more importantly, it's not just an inevitable part of aging. Many of the changes we start to notice after 60, the ones that can subtly steal our energy and confidence, often stem from common health pitfalls that most people don't even realize they're falling into. These are sneaky traps, but they have a significant impact. But here's the good news, and it's genuinely empowering. Many of these issues are completely avoidable and even reversible to a large extent once you can spot them. Once you understand what's really going on beneath the surface, you can absolutely do something about them. You can take back control. In this video, we're going to talk about 4 of the most dangerous yet often overlooked health traps that can sneak up on people over 60. We'll break down why they're so impactful and, most importantly, explore what you can do instead to stay strong, sharp, vibrant, and wonderfully independent for years to come. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to our health and well-being. So grab a comfortable seat, but not for too long, as we'll discuss. Maybe a glass of water, and let's dive right into the first one. Understanding these pitfalls is the first crucial step towards a healthier, more energetic you, and I'm excited to guide you through them. Let's get started on this journey together, because you deserve to feel your best at every age. All right, let's tackle our first major health pitfall, and it's one that's incredibly pervasive in our modern lives: sitting too much. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? How can something as ordinary as sitting be a danger? But believe me, this is one of the most silent, insidious threats to your health, especially as you get older. It doesn't announce itself with loud warnings. Instead, it slowly, quietly robs your body of its essential strength, its precious energy, and its crucial balance, often before you even realize what's happening. Think about your typical day. How much time is spent sitting? Perhaps it's while watching your favorite television shows, getting lost in a good book, catching up on news online, or scrolling through updates from family and friends on your phone or tablet. These are enjoyable, often necessary parts of life. However, when these periods of sitting stretch on uninterrupted for hours at a time, day after day, your muscles begin to pay a heavy price. They enter a state of disuse, and like anything not used, they begin to weaken. The muscles most affected are, unfortunately, the ones you rely on most for everyday independence and safety. I'm talking about the large muscles in your legs, your quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves. I'm talking about your core muscles, the ones that stabilize your entire body, and the muscles in your back that support your posture. These are the very powerhouses that enable you to perform fundamental movements like standing up smoothly from a chair, walking steadily and confidently across a room or down the street, and, critically, maintaining your balance to avoid dangerous falls. When these key muscle groups weaken from prolonged inactivity, it's not just about feeling a bit more tired. It's about a progressive loss of functional ability. Suddenly that low couch feels a lot harder to get out of. Climbing a flight of stairs might leave you winded and your legs feeling shaky. You might find yourself reaching for furniture to steady yourself more often. This isn't just getting old, it's often a direct consequence of muscle deconditioning due to excessive sedentary behavior, a condition we can actively fight against. The impact of too much sitting extends beyond just muscle weakness. Your circulation can become sluggish when you're immobile for long stretches. Think about it, your muscles act like pumps, helping to move blood throughout your body. When they're not contracting regularly, blood flow, especially to the lower extremities, can be compromised. This can contribute to feelings of heaviness in the legs, and over time may even increase risks for other circulatory issues if not addressed with consistent movement. Furthermore, our metabolism also takes a hit from excessive sitting. When we're sedentary, our bodies burn fewer calories and our insulin sensitivity can decrease. This means your body might not manage blood sugar as effectively. Over the long term, this can contribute to weight gain, particularly around the midsection, and can increase the risk of developing metabolic syndrome or type 2 diabetes. It's a cascade of effects that starts with something as simple as remaining seated for too long, too often. It's also important to understand the cumulative effect. This isn't about one long day of sitting causing irreversible harm. It's about the pattern, week after week, month after month, year after year. Each hour of prolonged sitting adds up, gradually chipping away at your physical reserves. It's like a slow leak in a tire. You might not notice it immediately, but eventually it impacts performance significantly. We need to plug that leak with more movement. You might even be what some call an active couch potato. This means you might do a dedicated 30-minute workout most days, which is fantastic and absolutely encouraged. But then spend the vast majority of your remaining waking hours sitting down. Research is increasingly showing that even regular exercise bouts might not fully counteract the negative effects of prolonged sedentary time throughout the rest of the day. The key is breaking up those long sitting spells. So what can we do about it? The solutions are simpler than you might think and don't require a massive overhaul of your lifestyle. One of the most effective strategies is to simply stand up and move around for a few minutes every 30 to 60 minutes. Set a timer on your phone, your watch, or even an old-fashioned kitchen timer. When it goes off, get up, stretch, walk around the room, do a few gentle knee bends, or march in place. Consider incorporating movement into activities you already do. When you're on the phone, try standing or pacing instead of sitting. During television commercial breaks, make it a habit to get up and do a quick chore or a few stretches. If you're reading, take a movement break between chapters. These small, frequent bursts of activity can make a profound difference in counteracting the negative effects of prolonged sitting by reactivating those muscles and boosting circulation. Remember, the goal here isn't necessarily to engage in strenuous exercise every time you stand up, though that's great too. It's about interrupting the state of being sedentary. It's about reminding your muscles that they are needed, keeping them engaged, and maintaining that crucial mind-body connection. This simple shift in habit helps preserve your strength, improve your energy levels, and significantly reduces your risk of falls by keeping those supportive muscles toned and responsive. Beyond the physical, think about the psychological impact. When your body feels strong and capable, when you can move with ease and confidence, it profoundly boosts your sense of independence and well-being. Losing that ability due to preventable muscle weakness from too much sitting can lead to frustration, a fear of falling, and a reluctance to engage in activities you love. By consciously choosing to sit less and move more, you're investing in your freedom. So the first major takeaway is this: be mindful of how much you're sitting. It's a silent threat, but one you have direct control over. Make a conscious effort to break up long periods of sitting with short bursts of movement. Your legs, your core, your back, your circulation, your metabolism, and ultimately, your independence will thank you for it. It's a foundational step for healthy aging. Now let's move on to our second critical health mistake to avoid after 60 skipping strength training. I find that a lot of people, especially as they get older, think that lifting weights or doing any kind of resistance exercise is really only for younger folks, for athletes, or for people who want to build big, bulging muscles. This is a common misconception, and frankly, it's a dangerous one because it couldn't be further from the truth when it comes to lifelong health and vitality. Here's the reality. If you're over 60 and not actively, consciously working to maintain and build your muscle mass, you are unfortunately losing it. It's a natural biological process called sarcopenia, which refers to the age-related loss of muscle mass, strength, and function. It typically begins subtly in our 30s or 40s, but can accelerate significantly after the age of 60 if we don't take proactive steps. But here's the empowering part. You absolutely can fight it, and you absolutely should. Why is battling sarcopenia so important? Because your muscles are far more than just tools for movement. They are metabolically active tissues that play a vital role in your overall health. Strong muscles help support strong bones, reducing the risk of osteoporosis and fractures, which can be devastating. They help regulate your metabolism, making it easier to maintain a healthy weight and improving your body's ability to handle blood sugar, which is crucial for preventing or managing type 2 diabetes. Think about the everyday activities that rely on good muscle strength. It's not just about athletic feats, it's about being able to easily carry a bag of groceries from the car into the house. It's about having the strength to open a stubborn jar lid. It's about being able to push yourself up from the floor if you happen to stumble, or confidently get out of a low chair or a deep bathtub without assistance. These are fundamental aspects of maintaining your independence and quality of life. I often hear concerns about the risk of injury with strength training, especially from older adults. This is a valid concern if you jump into things too quickly or with improper form. However, starting safely is entirely possible and highly recommended. You don't need to head to a noisy gym and lift heavy barbells. You can begin with simple bodyweight exercises like chair squats or wall push-ups. Light hand weights, resistance bands, or even household items like water bottles or cans of food can provide effective resistance. The goal of strength training after 60 isn't necessarily to become a bodybuilder or to achieve a certain physique, though improved muscle tone is a nice side effect. The primary goal is functional strength, maintaining and improving your ability to perform daily tasks with ease, energy, and confidence. It's about preserving your power, your stability, and your resilience so you can continue to live life on your own terms, fully and actively. There's also an incredibly empowering feeling that comes from knowing you are strong. When you can feel your muscles working, when you notice that tasks that were once challenging are becoming easier, it builds a profound sense of self-efficacy and confidence. This mental boost is just as important as the physical benefits. It can combat feelings of frailty and vulnerability that sometimes creep in with age if we let our physical capabilities decline. Let's talk about some simple ways to incorporate strength training into your routine. Aim for at least 2 to 3 sessions per week, targeting all major muscle groups: legs, hips, back, abdomen, chest, shoulders, and arms. For example, chair squats are fantastic for your legs and glutes. Simply stand up from a sturdy chair and sit back down slowly and controllably, repeating 8 to 12 times. Wall push-ups are great for your chest and arms. Stand facing a wall, place your hands on it and lean in, then push back. For your arms, bicep curls with light dumbbells or even soup cans can work wonders. For your core, gentle exercises like pelvic tilts or modified planks can be very effective. The key is to start slowly, focus on good form to prevent injury, and gradually increase the repetitions, sets, or resistance as you get stronger. If you're unsure where to begin or have pre-existing health conditions, consulting with a doctor or a qualified physical therapist or certified trainer experienced with older adults is an excellent idea. The long-term impact of consistent strength training on your independence cannot be overstated. Stronger muscles mean better balance and coordination, which directly translates to a significantly reduced risk of falls. Falls are a leading cause of injury and disability in older adults, often leading to a downward spiral of lost mobility and confidence. By investing a little time in strength training, you're building a powerful shield against this common hazard. Beyond fall prevention, think about the energy boost. While it might seem counterintuitive that expending energy in strength training would give you more energy, it's true. Stronger muscles are more efficient, meaning everyday tasks require less effort. This leaves you with more stamina for the activities you enjoy, whether it's playing with grandchildren, gardening, traveling, or pursuing hobbies. It combats that feeling of pervasive fatigue that can often be linked to deconditioned muscles. And let's not forget the mental benefits. Exercise, including strength training, is a known mood booster. It releases endorphins, which have natural pain-relieving and mood-elevating effects. It can help reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, improve sleep quality, and even contribute to better cognitive function. So you're not just building a stronger body, you're nurturing a healthier, happier mind as well. So please, don't let the myth that strength training isn't for you hold you back. It is not only for you, it is essential for you. It's a cornerstone of healthy aging, a powerful tool to combat sarcopenia, protect your bones, boost your metabolism, enhance your daily functioning, and safeguard your independence. Start small, be consistent, and celebrate every bit of strength you gain. Your future self will thank you. Chapter 3, The Hidden Dehydrator. Are you drinking enough water? Let's move on to our third health pitfall. And this one is incredibly common, yet often completely overlooked, especially in adults over 60. It doesn't usually cause immediate sharp pain or obvious weakness, at least not in its early stages, but insidiously over time, it chips away at your health from the inside out, affecting nearly every system in your body. I'm talking about poor hydration, not drinking enough fluids, primarily water. It might seem like a very basic thing, but staying adequately hydrated becomes even more critical as we age, and paradoxically, it can also become more challenging. One reason is that our natural thirst sensation, that little alarm bell that tells us we need to drink, can diminish as we get older. This means you might actually be dehydrated without feeling particularly thirsty. making it easier to fall behind on your fluid intake without even realizing it. Furthermore, certain medications commonly taken by older adults, such as diuretics for blood pressure, can increase fluid loss. Mobility issues might make frequent trips to the bathroom a concern, leading some to consciously drink less, which is a very counterproductive strategy. There can also be a fear of incontinence, which, while understandable, shouldn't lead to chronic underhydration, as that creates a host of other, more serious problems. The symptoms of mild to moderate dehydration are often subtle and can easily be mistaken for normal signs of aging or other health conditions. Are you often feeling tired or fatigued for no apparent reason? Do you experience occasional dizziness, lightheadedness, or unexplained confusion or brain fog? Is your mouth frequently dry, or do you suffer from persistent constipation? These can all be red flags indicating that your body isn't getting the water it desperately needs. The impact of even mild chronic dehydration on your cognitive function can be significant. Your brain is about 75% water, and it needs a constant supply to function optimally. When you're dehydrated, you might find it harder to concentrate, your memory might seem less sharp, and your reaction time can slow down. This isn't just an inconvenience, it can affect your ability to manage daily tasks, engage in conversations, and even impact your safety. Your kidneys also rely heavily on adequate water intake to do their crucial job of filtering waste products from your blood and producing urine. Chronic dehydration puts extra strain on your kidneys and can increase the risk of kidney stones and urinary tract infections, which can be particularly problematic for older adults. Proper hydration also plays a key role in maintaining electrolyte balance, which is essential for nerve function, muscle contraction, and overall cellular health. Moreover, dehydration can exacerbate other existing health conditions. If you have heart issues, dehydration can make your heart work harder. If you have diabetes, it can affect your blood sugar levels. It can lead to thicker respiratory secretions if you have lung conditions, making it harder to clear them. Essentially, water is fundamental to nearly every bodily process, from digestion and nutrient absorption to temperature regulation and joint lubrication. So, how can you ensure you're staying properly hydrated? The good news is that, like our other pitfalls, this one is highly manageable with a few conscious habits. Don't wait until you feel thirsty to drink. By then, you're likely already starting to dehydrate. Make it a habit to sip water consistently throughout the day. Carrying a reusable water bottle with you can be a great visual reminder. Set small, achievable goals. For instance, aim to drink a glass of water first thing in the morning, before each meal, and one in between meals. If plain water feels boring, you can make it more appealing by adding a squeeze of lemon or lime, a few cucumber slices, or some berries. Herbal teas, caffeine-free and water-rich foods like fruits, watermelon, oranges, strawberries and vegetables, cucumbers, celery, lettuce, also contribute to your overall fluid intake. How much water do you actually need? The old 8 glasses a day rule is a general guideline, but individual needs can vary based on factors like your activity level, the climate you live in, your overall health, and medications you might be taking. A good practical indicator is the color of your urine. Ideally, it should be a pale straw or light yellow color. If it's consistently dark yellow or amber, that's a strong sign you need to increase your fluid intake. Be especially mindful of your hydration during hot weather or when you're physically active, as you'll lose more fluids through sweat. If you're unwell, particularly with fever, vomiting, or diarrhea, your fluid needs will increase significantly, and it's crucial to replenish what's lost to avoid complications. Sometimes electrolyte replacement drinks might be necessary in these situations, but for daily hydration, water is usually best. Think of water as the oil that keeps your body's engine running smoothly. When you're well hydrated, you'll likely notice an improvement in your energy levels. That afternoon slump might not be so pronounced. Your skin may look healthier and your digestion might improve. Even your joints can benefit, as water helps keep cartilage soft and lubricated, potentially easing some aches and pains. It's a simple change, drinking more water, but it has profound and far-reaching benefits for your physical and cognitive health. Don't let this hidden dehydrator undermine your well-being. Make a conscious commitment to prioritize your fluid intake every single day. Keep that water bottle handy, listen to your body, but don't solely rely on thirst, and enjoy the revitalizing effects of proper hydration. It's a fundamental pillar of feeling good and staying healthy. Chapter 4. The Unseen Wound. Why loneliness is a major health risk. Our fourth health mistake is one that often isn't viewed through a medical lens, yet its impact on our physical and mental well-being can be just as profound, if not more so, than some of the purely physical ailments we've discussed. I'm talking about isolation and the resulting feeling of loneliness. You may not immediately think of loneliness as a direct health risk, in the same way you think about high blood pressure or cholesterol, but I assure you the scientific evidence is compelling and quite sobering. Study after study has now demonstrated that prolonged loneliness and social isolation can be incredibly damaging to our health. In fact, some research suggests that the health risks associated with chronic loneliness can be comparable to those of smoking 15 cigarettes a day or being obese. That's not an exaggeration, that's a stark reality highlighted by medical research. This isn't just about feeling sad, it's about a state that can trigger a cascade of negative physiological responses in your body. What kind of health risks are we talking about? Loneliness has been linked to an increased risk of developing heart disease and stroke. It can significantly elevate the risk of mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, and a more rapid cognitive decline, including an increased risk for Alzheimer's disease and other dementias. Shockingly, it's also associated with a weaker immune system, making you more susceptible to illnesses and even an increased risk of premature death from all causes. It's important to acknowledge why older adults might be particularly vulnerable to experiencing social isolation and loneliness. Life transitions such as retirement can mean a loss of daily social interaction with colleagues. The loss of a spouse, close friends, or family members can leave significant voids. Mobility issues or chronic health conditions might make it more difficult to get out and engage in social activities as easily as before. Children may live far away, further limiting regular in-person contact. It's also crucial to distinguish between being alone and feeling lonely. Being alone, or solitude, can be a positive and restorative experience for many people. Loneliness, however, is a subjective, distressing feeling that arises when there's a discrepancy between the social connections you desire and the ones you actually have. You can be surrounded by people and still feel profoundly lonely, or you can live alone and feel deeply connected and content. It's the quality and perceived adequacy of our connections that matter most. What happens in our bodies when we feel chronically lonely? This isn't just an emotional state, it has tangible physiological consequences. Loneliness can trigger the body's stress response, leading to increased levels of stress hormones like cortisol. Over time, chronically elevated cortisol can contribute to inflammation throughout the body, which is a known driver of many chronic diseases, including heart disease, arthritis, and even some cancers. It can also disrupt sleep patterns, further impacting health. The importance of social connection for our mental and emotional well-being cannot be overstated. Humans are inherently social creatures. Meaningful connections provide us with a sense of belonging, purpose, and support. They allow us to share our joys, unburden our worries, and feel understood and valued. These interactions act as a buffer against stress and promote positive emotions, which are vital for overall resilience and mental health. So, what are some practical, actionable ways to combat loneliness and foster stronger social connections? If you're feeling isolated, please know there are steps you can take. Consider joining a club or group centered around an interest you have. Perhaps a book club, a gardening group, a walking group, or a class at a local community center or library. Volunteering for a cause you care about is another wonderful way to meet like-minded people and gain a sense of purpose. Don't underestimate the power of technology to help you stay connected, especially with loved ones who live far away. Video calls can provide a richer sense of connection than just a phone call. Social media can help you keep up with friends and family, though it's important to balance online interactions with real-world connections. If you're not tech-savvy, many community centers offer courses to help seniors get comfortable with these tools. Make an effort to reach out, even when it feels difficult. Call an old friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Invite a neighbor for a cup of tea or coffee. Accept invitations when they come your way. Sometimes the biggest hurdle is taking that first step, especially if you've been feeling withdrawn. Remember that many people of all ages experience loneliness, and reaching out can be a gift to both you and the other person. The role of community is also vital. Look for opportunities to engage with your local community, whether it's attending local events, joining a faith-based group, or simply striking up conversations with people you encounter in your daily life. the cashier at the grocery store, your postal worker. Even brief, positive social interactions can accumulate and make a difference in how connected you feel. Don't dismiss the power of these small moments. For some, having a pet can significantly alleviate feelings of loneliness. The companionship, affection, and routine that a pet provides can be incredibly comforting and rewarding. Of course, pet ownership is a responsibility, but for many, the benefits to mental and emotional health are immense. The simple act of caring for another living being can bring great joy and a sense of purpose. It's okay if you feel shy or reluctant to put yourself out there. Start small. Choose one activity or one person to connect with. The reciprocal nature of connection is a beautiful thing. When you offer support, friendship, or even just a listening ear to someone else, you often receive it back in ways that enrich your own life profoundly. It's about building bridges, one conversation, one shared experience at a time. This unseen wound of loneliness is real, and its health implications are serious, but it is not insurmountable. By actively nurturing your social connections, engaging with your community, and being open to new relationships, you can protect your health and enhance your happiness. Remember, your need for connection is valid and important. Prioritize it just as you would any other aspect of your health care. Your journey to a healthier, happier you starts now. So now we've covered 4 of the most common health pitfalls people over 60 fall into, often without even realizing it. Sitting too much, which saps our strength and energy. Skipping vital strength training, which lets our muscles decline. Poor hydration, which can silently affect everything from our minds to our kidneys. And the profound impact of isolation and loneliness on our overall well-being. And of course, we can't forget the importance of quality sleep, another cornerstone often neglected. Each one of these, in its own way, affects not just how long you live, but how well you live, how confidently you move, how clearly you think, how deeply you enjoy each precious day. But here's the beautiful part, and the message I really want you to take away today. You don't need to feel overwhelmed or try to tackle everything all at once. That's often a recipe for inaction. Instead, start with one. Pick the one pitfall or the one solution that resonates with you most right now, today. Maybe it's simply making a conscious effort to get up from your chair more often. Perhaps it's deciding to call an old friend you've been meaning to connect with, or maybe it's as simple as committing to drinking an extra glass of water first thing in the morning. Every small step counts. Every single decision to take better care of yourself is a powerful message to your body and mind. I'm still here, I still matter. My health and happiness are worth investing in. You've got so much more life to live, and I'm not just talking about adding years to your life, but adding vibrant life to your years. Years filled with joy, with clarity of mind, with physical strength and resilience, and with a deep sense of purpose and connection. It's about thriving, not just surviving. If this message resonates with you, I'd genuinely love for you to share your thoughts in the comments below. What's one thing, however small, that you're going to consider starting or doing differently after watching this? Let's support each other in this community. And if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help more people see this important message. And of course, be sure to subscribe to Ageless Health and turn on notifications if you want more practical, caring tips like this, delivered with a focus on your well-being every single week. Here's to living your best life, one smart, loving step at a time. You've absolutely earned it. You truly deserve it. And believe me, you're just getting started on this next amazing chapter. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.